It's a hot summer night in Houston, Texas, and 7,000 people are excited and waiting. But this is no rock concert. Tonight's main attraction is a young man who's just going to talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome John Foppe!
John Foppe is a motivational speaker with the Zig Ziglar Corporation. He shares his message of hope and perseverance with groups, companies, and organizations around the world.
And of course, it was quite a shock when the doctor came in to the waiting room, told me he said he was born without arms. And my reaction was, no arms? I mean, anything there? And he says, no, nothing there.
We had the nurse bring the baby in, and I unwrapped him, and I said, thank God he has legs. And I wrapped him back up and handed him to the nurse. Can you imagine?
When people ask me, do I feel that God created me without arms, my answer to that is multiple choice, really. That A, either God created me without arms, or B, God created the will within me to overcome the fact that I was born without arms. Either which way, for me, God was involved, and that's good enough for me.
At Shriners Hospital, they told us not to put shoes and socks on him, so we always left him barefooted. And, well, when you have a little one like this, you'd play with them or you sit them on the table, and you had family, aunts and uncles over. And there was a toothpick holder on the table, and he picked up toothpicks for the first time in his toes. And that was just a real wonderful moment.
By the time he was in high school, John was virtually self-sufficient. But it wasn't always like that. As a child, even though he learned to do many things with his feet, he still depended heavily on his family to help him. Until one day, his mother laid down the law. By now, she had 8 sons, and she was determined that John was going to be treated as just another one of the boys.
Now, I don't know how it is in your house, but in my house, my mom makes the rules. And in my house, my mom changes the rules. She changes them anytime it's convenient to do so. Can y'all relate? She called a meeting with my brothers. I wasn't invited, didn't even know it had happened. She told my brothers that they were no longer allowed to help me in any way, shape, or form around the house. John needed help getting that plate down from the cabinet. Let him do it himself. He breaks every plate in this house, fine. At 10 years old, I still needed my brother's help to get dressed before going off to school in the morning. She said, let him run around this house naked. He won't go to school.
There's a lot of love there. My family, my brothers, and all that. My parents, just a big love cushion there. But no way did they overprotect me. I think they more or less encouraged me to go out there to do things myself.
When I was 16 years old, I was on top of the world. I was the only kid in a 6-state radius who could drive a car with his feet. I mean, this was cool. And if I didn't start learning to change these things in my life now and start seeing myself as a value, liking myself, and not walking around with a chip on my shoulder thinking that everyone owed me everything because of my handicap. If that didn't change now, it never would. If you can have hope in your life, then no matter what situation you were in, no matter where you were going, as you step onto your path, or you look at your stairway to the top, without hope that there's something at the end of that path, there's no reason to go down it. Hope is the fundamental message that I try to convey in my message to my audience. See, there's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to tell John that he can't do something. Just it's not a good thing. I have learned in my life that God does not roll out the red carpet treatment in advance of our coming. He doesn't open doors in advance of our coming. But the one thing that he does do, he promises us that he'll walk down our path in life with us. And what more could we want? The question is this, as I stand in front of my path, and I say, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. And the answer is, But yes, beginning today, I will. Thank you.